Hey guys, I look really shitty right now, but this is as real as it's gonna get. As real as it can get. I feel like I am as real as it gets. I feel like I've always thought this. Something I've had to argue my whole fucking life is how real I am. It's always been a topic of conversation. It's always been up for debate. Like, I'm up for debate. Like, things I do need to be up for debate. I don't like to argue. I'm not a debater. I was taught how to do it really well because I need to be a debater to get my point across, because the points that I make are out of ordinary, meaning you need to hear me out to understand what I'm trying to say, because my experiences, my life, my knowledge can't just be downloaded and inserted like some kind of file. It takes time and patience to understand and learn who I am, just like it does with any human in the whole world. That's why it's a really beautiful thing when you find yourself in a position surrounded with people that love and appreciate you for who you are and don't try to label you or try to keep you in a box. Because I don't fit in a box. I never have. If I could fit into a fucking box, I'd be in fucking college right now. I'd still be at my fucking job right now. If all I wanted to do was check a fucking box, okay, I wouldn't have quit my fucking job. I quit my job. I've been working since I've been 15, I think. Legally, 15. Quit my fucking job. Because I felt disrespected. Because I was over-sexualized by the kitchen staff. And because I was considered equal to coworkers that got paid to eat shit and not do anything on the clock, when I would do nothing but anything past the bare minimum on the clock. Did my pay reflect my work? Abso-fucking-lutely. Which is why leaving the job was one of the most difficult fucking decisions I've ever fucking made, because it's a job I always wanted, in the sense that I was making the most amount of money I've ever made. Did I want the job? Absolutely fucking not. I'm in a place in my life where being at home is one of the best things in the whole world. I couldn't even do that. Because I would slave myself for a job that could give less of a shit about me. In reality, because I need an emergency off, mission impossible. I just want to have a day off, call out, try to find coverage. I can't, because of the lack of employment. And not just the lack of employment, the lack of good employees, the lack of reliable open availability employees. Is that my fault? Absolutely fucking not. This restaurant's been running way longer than I've probably been born. I'm not one to walk in and tell y'all how to run y'all kitchen. But what I will say is that the fact that I expressed to my management team why I ultimately chose to leave this job, and one of the many reasons could have been many things. The fact that I decided to pin it all on just the utter disrespect from the kitchen staff, from their gazing eyes, the comments they've made, blase, that I don't even care to get fucking into because it's so normal for women. It's the fact that I tell this to my management team, my higher ups, the people that are supposed to care for their employees and do everything possible to make sure we at least feel safe in our workplace. They couldn't even propose a solution for the problem I was presenting for them. I signed up for a double on a Saturday because I lack self-control. Because the problem, let's say it's the hours. All right, well, I overextend my hand. I pick up shifts that I'm not supposed to. So let's change my availability, right? I've never changed my availability. Ever since I was 17 with OJT, I've had open availability because I do have open availability. I'm about that bag. But I have to put these into perspective because if my personal life is getting shifty, because I'm so fucking exhausted, tired from my slave job that now I'm carrying that slave mentality into my own personal life when I've done so much work to get past that just for my own habits to suck me back into it. You know what it is that I've worked for like 3 years straight on myself and trying to get myself in a good position, and I finally do, just for my own ways to try to self-sabotage it because of a lack of care in a place where you're promised care. That was my whole problem with school, with the fact that they don't give a fuck about you, yet they do. That was my whole problem. Because why do I have to wear a certain thing or do a certain thing to protect myself when it's y'all employees trying to rape us? Why can't I got my shoulders out? Honest question, everyone, for who's still watching. Comment down below if my shoulders have been sexually distracting you. Let me know. I'll cover them up. My bad, bro. Because I ain't realized shoulders were fucking sexy. I ain't realized that at the age of 11 years old, that in my shoulders out, I'm finna get looked at by a 40-year-old woman. My bad. Man. I was thinking woman. Because now I am a woman. And I can come with this exact fit to my old job. All of a sudden, oh, I wish you was young enough to be my wife. Oh, I wish you have such beautiful eyes, Mia. You ever, oh, how long you and your boyfriend been together? Oh, happy 1 month or happy 1 year. But then the next very breath, you're like, why you doing this? You my bitch. Like, what the fuck? Real life story time. And that was like a very like vague explanation for like 1 or 3 scenarios that I experienced in my over half a year employment at this company. Okay, and I say this company because I originally wasn't at the location that I quit from. The location I actually came from, God bless, actually a great fucking phenomenal restaurant. Actually made me so passionate about where I was working. You know what it is for your workplace to drive your passion? Bliss. And I experienced that where I originally got fucking hired. And then due to the lack of resources in my own personal fucking life, my old phone made me lose my job because my phone didn't fucking ring. So I had to get a transfer to this new location. A transfer that ultimately caused me leaving the company. Resigning is how they put it. I resigned. Respectfully. Because I presented them the hard header, your kitchen is fucking gross. And none of them could look me in the eyes and be like, oh, well, let me talk to the manager. Or, well, let's, maybe we can give it another. No. There was no convincing. There was no negotiation. There was no care in the room for the problem I just presented. A problem that I'm not the only fucking bitch to experience. Matter of fact, I probably experienced it the absolute least in comparison to the other women that I worked with, just due off the fact that I have a boyfriend. And even that did not stop anybody. So imagine that. Because it couldn't even stop the kitchen staff. It couldn't even stop a server. You know what I mean? Having a boyfriend don't really mean shit, apparently, in today's fucking society. Because apparently, in today's society, it's normal to have 2 girlfriends. Apparently, in today's society, it's normal to crack one person and talk to your other person about how you cracked the one person. And apparently today in society is normal for y'all not to do the bare minimum but get praised for doing the bare minimum. So getting flabbergasted when you get called out for not doing the bare fucking minimum. That's the society we live in. We live in a society where we tolerate behavior and expect to get rewarded for good behavior, when good behavior is not supposed to get rewarded by anything besides God and karma. So you tell me why you deserve the best of the best of the best if you don't give out the best of the best of the best to everyone. You get to pick and choose who you're cool with. All right, cool. But that's what religious people do. They pick and choose. Okay? How did we get here? Because that's what it feels like. I promise you, I should do a literal science experiment on the shit I'm about to say, just to back myself up so the nerds in the chat could believe me when I fucking say it. Because the girlies in the chat. Matter of fact, let me not label y'all. I'm sure there's a demographic of people, if you're still watching, that is not gonna believe what the fuck I'm about to say. And there's a part of y'all that gonna believe everything I say, like the sky is blue. And I fuck with you for believing me without me needing to back it up. But for those who do need me to, comment down below. I'll conduct the experiment right now because I'm a scientist myself. I promise you that if I were to survey everyone that I'm referring to or just have met and have influenced this train of thought of mine, they all believe in God. You believe in God, but you tolerate unholy people around you with no intention of ever finding some kind of justice or liberty in the situation. Not only that, these people even instigate a situation like this. It just flabbergasts me because I thought we lived in the country, a land of the free, home of the brave. None of y'all are brave enough to speak up for the coworker next to you. I was terrorized by a coworker of mine, a woman at that, about a decade older than me. And I had to suck it up. I had to endure that negative energy. Multiple shifts. Whether it was just a stare, a comment, or whatever. But I had to tolerate it because it ended in an apology and we're girls, so it's good. No. I don't tolerate that. And that wasn't what caused me to quit. I should have quit then. I should have quit the first time the previous kitchen manager, had made a comment in my ear about how I'm his bitch. And he got upset that I was wearing another coworker, a male coworker's hat or jacket. Make it make sense. I'm wearing a hat or a jacket. I cannot remember the specific day I'm referring to. Let's say it's the hat. I'm having a fun shift. Let's say it's a jacket. I would only be wearing someone's jacket if I was genuinely cold. I work in the kitchen, do I not? I genuinely do get cold in the kitchen when it's slow. Because the restaurant we work in, the location could be slow. Because it's not the best location out of the franchise. Who the fuck are you to come whisper in my ear, arm around me? I'm your bitch. And this is not. That shit you sweep under the rug. You know what else you sweep under the rug? Is the fact that a coworker, an equal of mine, a woman, can do the same fucking bullshit. And it's sweet. I'm not fucking with it. I wouldn't tolerate it, and I wouldn't if I were you. So I started this video basically trying to explain the very dark point in myself that I'm at right now, right here, how I brought myself to this position, blase, blase. But it ended up hopefully giving you some good advice, because I guess take it with a grain of salt. If you feel disrespected in any way, it don't gotta be sexual. I just had to make it sexual because I got tits and I'm a woman. I'm allowed to make it sexual. But if you feel disrespected in any way, my number one advice, get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out. Take a breather. Take a breather. You don't need to act rash I might be an impulsive or a fast person, but that's because I don't need time to think when it's a gut feeling. Let's say you are an indecisive or cautious or anxious person. I'm not someone that really suffered from anxiety growing up. I was more of a depressed human myself. However, I understand. I had a lot of close friends growing up that suffered from only anxiety. And that shit made me anxious, because I'm not even anxious. Now you anxious, now we all anxious. You know what I'm saying? And I feel it because it's the same bullshit with depression. I'm depressed. I got to make everyone day bad. But now we all depressed. I get it. And I apologize. I'm not perfect. I'm human. What I'm trying to say is I'm human enough to recognize that I've tolerated behavior like this time and time and time again, because I'm not perfect either. I grew up doing some wild shit. And I'm not here to claim I'm a messiah. I'm not here to claim that I'm an example. I'm not here to claim none of that bullshit. All I am here to do is claim that I'm Mia Arnaud. Having a great day. Saturday, April 18th when I'm recording this. Having a great morning. I'm blessed. Sun's out. I got food in the fridge. Got a roof over my head. I have a lovely family. I'm not suicidal. I could be a really depressed person, but I'm not suicidal. I've never been suicidal. So you ever hear about some shit, me trying to kill myself, IOD, some crazy shit, because rumors have spread. I'm not saying this shit in no ominous way. It really is. If you know, you know. So if you know, you know, that was not me. What you heard was not me. I don't overdose. I know when to stop. That's something that a lot of y'all don't know how to do. I don't know how to do it sometimes either. I'm not perfect. I lack self-control. I said it earlier. However, all I can do is try to vet about it, talk about it, and work on myself to prevent this happening again. Because the whole reason this whole thing started about is because I overreacted to a situation. And I've been catching myself doing that a lot. And it's really terrifying, because it's an indicator that habits might be coming back. But did I just not tell you guys 10 minutes ago I worked really hard to get to where I'm at? I'm not about to let one day bring me back to where I was a couple years ago. But I'm also not going to let another human make me forget who I am. That's for certain. Because that's how we get here in the first place. It's forgetting that it's not just us. Everyone around us has their own individual lives. And the lack of empathy and sympathy in today's society has me irked to the point that I don't even want to care about y'all no more. But I can't help it in my whole body and soul but to care about everyone else. Because that's who I am. I was raised that way. Because my parents cared about no one except their kids. They didn't care about themselves. Because if they cared about themselves, they wouldn't have stayed together as long as they did. You see? They're still together to this day. Why? I don't know. That's for God to tell you. However, all I can do is thank them. Thank God himself, herself, whoever they are. Thank the loved ones around me. Thank my life. And pray that I make it to the next day. And pray my next day is better than my last. Thank you for listening. If you listen to this whole thing, I'm sorry for looking how I do. It's super last minute. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this video. But if you see this, have a beautiful, beautiful, amazing day. I really appreciate you listening from this top to bottom. If you did, catch me next time. Bye.